Well, Lil Wayne is the only artist to take on Cash Money and Birdman and successfully win and in turn almost dismantle Cash Money Records. I mean, he really put a hurting on that company. I think that's why he's able to move on from the whole incident of being taken for $50 million and they were trying to stop him from putting out the Carter 5. Stuart Tower with JT News. Hit that thumbs up button. I appreciate you guys, and make sure you subscribe. Okay, so we got Birdman. This is like a complicated story. So if you don't remember, okay, so Cash Money. The beginnings of Cash Money are basically Juvenile, Lil Wayne, BG, Turk, Manny Fresh, obviously Birdman and Slim, and there's a few other artists, okay? But that's the core. As time went on, people started dropping off. You know, first Juvenile had a problem with not getting paid. Turk had a problem at one point. BG had a problem. They all left, okay, and they all went indie, okay? Lil Wayne was the last man standing, and Manny Fresh. Then Manny Fresh eventually dropped out after the Carter Project. Lil Wayne had the option of leaving, kind of like, you know, he entertained meetings with Jay-Z. You can look all this stuff up with Jay-Z and a bunch of other stuff, but ultimately Birdman stopped that by putting a cease and desist on Jay-Z for torturous interference. Lil Wayne signed back, did the Carter 2, Carter 3, okay? These are records, these are albums that pretty much kept Cash Money going. Then he started Young Money officially, brought on Drake, Wayne, a bunch of other artists, but Drake, I'm sorry, he didn't bring on Wayne. Drake, Nicki Minaj, and Tyga. These are the top selling Young Money artists. The other ones were J Mills, never really came to fruition. Then you got a little Chucky, and then Little Twist, and Gutta Gutta. Okay, these are the ones that didn't really get off the ground, but they're still core members. So as time went on, Carter 4, Wayne went to jail for a few years. Nicki and Drake became the biggest artists in the game. Tyga, one of the top artists in the game. Tyga was the first one to have a problem with Cash Money. He left, claiming that they never paid for his videos. He always paid for everything, and he kind of left and went indie somewhat, and had some deals with Kanye and everything since. Wasn't successful in getting his money for a while. Then Drake and Nicki, they continued on. There was this lawsuit that happened with Aspire Music Group, who signed Drake, brought him to Wayne. That's a complicated story, but it's like Cortez Bryant, Jazz Prince, or Jay Prince Jr., for which one. And then Lil Wayne supposedly is part of that deal, and they have a percentage of Drake's earnings, and then Wayne by himself has a percentage of Drake's earnings, and then Birdman has a percentage. Well, eventually, that lawsuit started. Then Wayne started a lawsuit saying he's not paid $51 million. It turned out that, that he wasn't getting paid royalties, wasn't getting paid for his stuff, and it was a long battle of 4 years, right? And during that time, we learned that, they were holding back the Carter 5 because they didn't have the money to pay him, the $10 million deposit, and all this other stuff. And they even tried to work it out where you can get the money on the back end. And, during all this time, producers, everybody's taking on Cash Money. Turk, Juvenile re-signed at one point, but, they worked it out. BG, everybody has sued Cash Money. Wayne was the only one to really successfully win and part ways. Universal paid Wayne somewhat, we don't know the amount of money. Obviously, it's not $50 million, but they settled on an amount and awarded him Nicki and Drake because he brought them to the label. And this is what saved Cash Money. Wayne gave Cash Money a new era. Like they've successfully been rebirthed 3 times. The time Wayne re-signed, they've been birthed 3 times. It's not rebirthed, birthed. The start, the new coming of Wayne in 2004 and 5, and then the Drake, Nicki, Lil Wayne wave in 2009 on. So now, Young Money is Drake, Nicki Minaj, and Lil Wayne. Okay, so he successfully took what does Cash Money have left? They have Glock 9 where they just signed. I think they have a few other artists, but nothing major anymore. And then, Birdman has this looming thing with, Young Thug and this whole 2015 incident that happened with Wayne's bus when after Wayne tried to sue Birdman and was talking about Birdman, something happened at Wayne's bus and they're still being looked into for that, not indicted or anything. And now Young Thug's in jail for something else totally, so it has nothing to do with that. But I think Wayne is the only person to successfully take on and kind of dismantle Cash Money Records and hurt them. And that's why he's able to move on from everything. But anyways, what do you guys think about this whole thing? This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Hit that bell, hit that subscribe button. Could you ever forgive somebody for owing you $50 million? Anyways, let me know. Thumbs up.